Hi everyone, it's Melissa, and today I'm going to share with you my TBR for June. So normally I have a pretty rigid, I guess, TBR. I'm not much of a mood reader. I'm very much I plan my reading quite heavily. However, in June, I was checking my Overdrive, my library holds for ebook basically. And I was looking at the dates when some of them are coming in, and a bunch of them are going to be coming in the next 1 or 2 weeks. So I feel like rather than have a very rigid TBR this month, there are a couple things I'm planning to read, and then I will read whichever one of these ebooks comes in when it comes in. So the one book that I am reading for sure is Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. This is a post-apocalyptic book. We follow Snowman, who may or may not be the last person on Earth. And I think this is post-plague type of book. So I have the physical copy, obviously, but I also have the audiobook, so I might read it in both formats. And this was my but it's what came up for the booktube spin for me. If you don't know what that is, I will link to the other video I did. But yeah, so this was my book for the booktube spin, and we're supposed to read our booktube spin books by the end of June, so I will definitely be reading this in June. Now the other thing that I want to start, there is no way I'm getting through even a decent portion of this book in June, because this is how thick the trade paperback for this book is. How many pages is this? It is over 1,000 pages. It is over 1,000 pages. But this is To Green Angel Tower by Tad Williams. It is the final book of the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy. This is an epic fantasy series that I am reading because Rick McDonnell was doing a read-along, which he hasn't posted about recently. So I don't know if that's still happening, but I'm still reading them because I'm enjoying them. But yeah, this one is so big. I feel like I want to dedicate good time to reading it too. I feel like with the first two, I was reading too many other things with it. So I feel like I'm going to take my time when I'm reading sections of this book, really focus on just reading this, and so it's going to take me a while. So I'm hoping to start it towards the end of June and finish it by August. I don't know. This is going to be I'm picking away at this during the summer book because it's enormous, but I am really excited to finish out that series. So those are the two things I will be reading. Well, I'll be reading Oryx and Crake for sure, and picking away at least starting To Green Angel Tower. So there are 4 other books on my list, and these are things that are not for sure. These are things that may or may not come in from my library in the next few days or weeks. The first is Hamlet by Maggie O'Farrell. I don't think I have to say much about this. It's been just gushed over online, but this is the historical fiction about Hamlet, Shakespeare's son who died from the plague. And the next on my list is Leviathan Wakes by James A. Corey. This is a science fiction, maybe more like a space opera. I'm not exactly sure the tone, I guess, of the book or the story really at all. I'm reading this because this was the book that The Expanse was based on, and I haven't watched that show, but it's something I'll probably watch in the future. And not that I'm someone who necessarily has to read the book first, but I did want to, in this case, read the book first. So that's the next on my list. And book number 3 that may or may not come in during the month of June is Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. So this is the second in, they're not really a series, they can be standalone, but they follow 3 different sisters. I'm sure a lot of you've heard of this romance series. So I read the first, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, last year, and I am not a romance reader, and it's still not my favorite genre, but I really, really liked Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So I am really excited to pick up the next one, and I think it will be kind of a nice light, like good type of read for summer. And the last book that may come in from my library is The Shadow King by Maaza Mengiste. So this is a book set in Ethiopia, and it revolves around the Italian occupation of Ethiopia. I think it was like the late 1930s, so right before the start of the Second World War. Italy occupied Ethiopia, which I didn't even know about. I don't know if it's just not common knowledge, or if my public school system failed me, or if I'm just horribly ignorant, but yeah, it's set during that war. I think it was shortlisted for the Booker Prize. So that's something that I am very interested to read because I know nothing about that whole situation. Yeah, so those are my very loose plans for June. Please let me know in the comments below what you're planning to read for June, or if you've read anything that I've mentioned in this video, like please share what you thought about it as well. I would love to have a chat about these books with you. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll chat soon. Take care. Bye.